Alright, so what should you do if the button when you click your sticks is being glitchy or it's not registering most of the time? Well, as long as you can still hear an audible click, then you should be able to revitalize the button. If when you click it, you're not hearing any kind of click, then this is going to need to be replaced. If it's not clicking and it's still registering most of the time, you can like put something in between. Let me get a pointer so my finger's not in the way. So if you don't hear an audible click, but it still registers if you push it down pretty hard, what you can do to save yourself from having to replace this, as long as you're okay with it, is you can squeeze like a little piece of plastic or something in between this arm that pushes the button and the button. I actually did that on one of my personal controllers because I didn't feel like replacing the joystick on it. So I wouldn't do that on something that I would sell. Sorry about that. Somebody walked in, had to go help them real quick. So, where was I? Yeah, so as long as you still have an audible click, if it's not registering, there's a good chance that you can revitalize it. What you can do is get either some 91% or higher isopropyl alcohol, and you just drench the buttons in it. And then you just want to click it a whole bunch of times. So you're sitting there, what you're doing is you're kind of helping to clean up the inside of the button a little bit. And this works for pretty much any type of button like that. So any of these stick buttons or even the bumper buttons on Xbox controllers, this will work for this as well. And then that will work sometimes, but I've had a bit more success. You're probably not going to have this, and I wouldn't, but I have this dielectric grease spray. This one, if you're just doing this for one thing, this isn't really worth you buying. But I like to come in and just spray a tiny bit in the button after. Since I started doing that, this has had a higher success rate for me in being able to revitalize these buttons. And then do the same thing, click it a whole bunch of times. And then you're going to want to let it sit for a day or two. For some reason, I don't know why, but about half the time, whenever you do this, the button is going to be fully registered, but after you let it sit for a while, then it starts working normally. So I'll always let these sit for about a day or two before I go back and test them again. And this has pretty good success. If you are putting any kind of grease in there, make sure that it's dielectric grease. It's not like if you use like white lithium grease or something, you're gonna mess up your button. Not all greases are compatible with electronics. but there's a good chance just using isopropyl alcohol will work for you as well. I use the grease because it just seems to be effective a bit more often. And I don't know if it'll help with longevity potentially as well. So I'll set this one off to the side and I'll check that again tomorrow. Alright, so I hope this helped you out, and stay tuned for more videos.